Hello, this is Lesley Fightmaster. Today's class is a Vinyasa flow with hip opening and some arm balances. If you scroll down on the page, you'll see a playlist for the Digital Yoga Network, a network I'm involved in with other yoga teachers. It's actually the first one of its kind. We have a monthly theme of fun yoga. So this month, look for poses that hopefully you think are as fun as I think. This is an intermediate class. Please work at your own pace and do what you can, honoring yourself. Begin sitting nice and tall. And close your eyes and take a few very long breaths in and out through your nose. Allow your shoulder blades to soften down away from your ears as you lift your chest. Feel yourself grounded down into the floor and lifting away from that grounding. Remember in your practice to focus on ahimsa, no harm to your body, no harm to your mind. Honor what your body can do. Inhale, reach your arms out, around, and up. Still soften the shoulder blades. Exhale, take your left hand over to the right knee, right hand behind. Inhale, lengthens the spine. Exhale, and twist. Keep the low belly lifted as you take your twist. Every inhale to lengthen, every exhale, roll the shoulder open, twist a little more. Inhale, the arms reach. Exhale, left hand to right knee. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, lengthen. And exhale, roll the right shoulder open as you twist. And again, every inhale, see if you can sit up a little bit taller. Every exhale, see if you can twist a little bit deeper. Always just going to your edge, never ever forcing. Inhale, back to center, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring your fingertips to the floor. Inhale, pull your heart forward, lengthen. Exhale, walk your hands forward any amount. So just lengthening out the arms, and as you fold forward, you'll feel a stretch in the hips. And we'll be doing some poses that open up the hips today. So this is a nice way to start stretching them out. Take a couple of breaths. And inhale, walk yourself back up. And switch the cross of your legs so the other shin is in front. Again, grounding down. Inhale, reach the arms out, around, and up. Clasp your hands and face your palms up toward the ceiling. As you exhale, start to lean over to the left. So inhale to lengthen through the spine, and exhale, leaning over. On your inhale, come back to center, lengthen up, and exhale, leaning to the right. Try and keep the arms in line with the ears as you stretch through the side body. Inhale, come back through center. Now exhale, twisting to the left. So now we're going to use all of our internal muscles to twist. But again, inhale to lengthen, and exhale, make the twist a little deeper if you can. Inhale back through center, keep the front ribs pulling in. Exhale, turning to the right. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, twist. Just twisting from above the waist, using the internal muscles to make your twist. Inhale back to center, and exhale, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, pull the heart forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, walk your hands forward any amount. Twisting is so good for your spine. It keeps the discs lubricated. It helps to twist out and release any toxins. And then as you exhale and come forward, you're lengthening your spine here and getting a nice little stretch in the hips. Take a few breaths. Inhale, walk yourself up and roll forward over your shins and step back into downward dog. Make sure that the arms are shoulder distance apart and the feet hips width apart. And just let your head hang between the arms. Press your chest back toward your thighs, reach the heels toward the floor. You feel free to bicycle your legs, bending one knee and the other here if you like. Inhale, come forward into plank pose. Bring the heart forward, reach the heels back. Reach your tailbone toward your heels. Now we're going to come down onto the right forearm and the left forearm. So you look where your right hand was, put the forearm there. Look where your left hand was, put the left elbow there. So forearms come down. Lower all the way down to your belly. Clasp the hands at the low back and inhale for Shalabhasana. Peel the chest up, lift the legs. Reach your knuckles toward your heels. Widen across your collarbones. Keep your belly lifted to protect your low back. Exhale to release back to the forearms. Little Sphinx Pose, pull the heart forward, shoulders back and down. Keep the belly lifted, tuck the toes, make your way back to Dolphin Plank. So, shoulders over elbows, wrists in front of elbows. Elbows want to splay out here, try not to let them. Lift the backs of the knees up toward the ceiling. Reach through the heels as you draw the heart forward. Make yourself nice and long. Again, lower down slowly to your belly. Clasp your hands at the low back with the other pinky on top. On your inhale, peel the chest up and lift your legs. Look just a little bit forward so the back of the neck is long. And continue your steady breathing, especially into the spine. Spin your inner thighs up toward the ceiling. Slowly and release. Back to the forearms, into Sphinx Pose, little back bend. Keep your belly lifted, widen the collarbones. Breathe into the chest. Look down, tuck your toes under, lift the legs back off the floor into Dolphin Plank. Keep drawing the shoulder blades down away from the ears so no tension gets created there. Now look where your forearms were, put your hands where your forearms just were. Now you're in plank pose. And lift your hips, stretch all the way back into downward facing dog. Draw your belly in, draw your ribs in, and press your thighs back. Look up to the hands, come forward back into plank, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra pose. And exhale, roll over the toes, down dog. When you're moving into chaturanga pose, make sure your shoulders don't go any lower than your elbows. We don't want the shoulders to dip down or else they're at risk. Look forward and step the feet up to the hands. Inhale, halfway up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward, rock your hips over the heels. And on your inhale, root down through your feet. Reach all the way up. And exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Inhale, reach your arms up, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step to plank. Lower down, shoulders no lower than the elbows. Keep the belly lifted. Inhale into up dog, roll the shoulder heads back. Exhale, roll over the toes into downward facing dog. Just warming up here with some sun salutations helps to create a little bit of heat so that the body's warmer before we hold stretches. Look up to the hands, bend the knees, step or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, folding forward. On the inhale, root down through the feet and reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms reach, lengthen up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, look up. Keep the gaze slightly forward as you exhale, step or float back. If you jump back, land in chaturanga with bent elbows. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, down dog. So you want to be sure to jump back if you're landing in chaturanga, or if you want to jump back, be sure to land in chaturanga to protect your elbows and protect your low back. Look to the hands, bend the knees, step or jump, feet to hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, press down, reaching all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale again, reaching up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, make a flat back. Exhale, float back or step back into chaturanga. Inhale, bring your heart forward, roll your shoulders back and down, up dog or cobra. Exhale into downward facing dog. Nice steady breaths in and out through your nose. A little constriction in the back of the throat for Ujjayi breathing. Look up, bend the knees, step or jump, and if you want to add a little extra hop, halfway up. Exhale, folding in. Inhale, root down, reach all the way. Exhale, the hands back down. And inhale, the arms reach. Exhale, hinge from your hips, flat back. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, So here, step 1 foot back, maybe taking 3 kicks toward a handstand. So shoulders over wrists, keep your belly drawn in and up. Doesn't matter if you hold your handstand or not. And then stepping back or floating back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, exhale, and downward dog. Inhale, float your right leg up. Exhale, step it up by the right hand, and on your inhale, come up into high lunge crescent. Pull the right hip back, bring the left hip forward, drop the tailbone down to lengthen your spine. Exhale, bring the hands back, and keeping the left hand down, reach your right arm up for a little twist. You can use a block underneath the left hand if it's hard to reach the floor. Inhale, step back, Chaturanga. Up dog, open the front of the body, inhaling, exhaling back into downward dog. On your next inhale, float the left leg back and up. Exhale, looking forward, step it all the way up next to the handstand. The ball of your back foot, rise up. Drop your tailbone down, lift your belly, lift your hip bones up. Reach up really tall through all 4 sides of your waist, wrapping your triceps forward. And then taking the right hand down, or reach the left arm up. As you press down through the right hand, reach away with the left arm so you can stretch through the collarbones. Keep the belly lifted as you pull the left hip back. Look down and lower. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. And take a couple of breaths. Gaze between the knees, even out your inhales and your exhales. Bend your knees, keep your hips nice and high, step or jump. Halfway up, inhale, exhale, folding in. Inhale, bend your knees, drop your hips, come to chair pose, Utkatasana. Reach up. Weight is in the heels. Now taking your right ankle just above your left knee. And then folding forward halfway, keep your spine nice and long, forearms on the shin if that works. A little wobble might happen, totally normal, okay? Reach the arms up by the ears, inhale, come all the way up and back to chair pose. Now, left ankle just above, right ankle above the left knee. And keep your spine really long, drop your hips down. And maybe forearms on the shin again. So the right knee is pressing down a little toward the floor, so the knee and the ankle are in the same line to get a hip stretch. Inhale, the arms reach. Exhale to release it. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Take the big toes with the first 2 fingers. Lengthen as you inhale. On your exhale, fold in. And then shift your weight slightly forward so that the hips are above the heels. And just let your head hang down and gaze off the tip of your nose. Soften any tension in the shoulders. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bring your hands to hips. Keep your belly lifted. Inhale, come all the way back to standing. Inhale, bend the knees. Utkatasana, chair pose, reach up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step or float into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right foot steps, back foot flat, come up into warrior 1. Exhale, lower back down, hug your elbows into your sides. Inhale, open the front of the body. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps back, foot is flat, rise up, warrior 1, pull the left hip back. Exhale, lower down. Keep the belly lifted as you lower. Inhale, opening up the front up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Back to your steady breathing. Stretching back and lengthening, look up to the hands. Oh, a little extra hop. Keep your hips high as you go up, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, folding forward. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. So stepped back a little bit. Inhale, Utkatasana. I'm adding a Bakasana, so bring the palms all the way down the center. Palms flat. Get your knees as high into the armpits as you can. Little gaze forward, rounded through the upper back slightly as you pull your belly in. Keep the gaze forward and step or jump back into Chaturanga. If you're jumping, just swing it back. Don't even think about it. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot steps, back foot is flat. Reach up into warrior one. Exhale and lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale back into downward facing dog. On the inhale, left foot steps, back foot flat, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, ride the breath down, hug the elbows in, look just forward of the mat. Take an inhale for up dog. Exhale, stretch back into downward facing dog. So if you want to try that little extra high hop, you'll bend the knees, but keep your hips up in the air. Look forward and hop. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, bend the knees and in, reach up. Exhale into Samasthiti. Okay, another Bakasana. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, pull the hands down the center, knees up toward the armpits. Lean forward, round the upper back. Now, another option, if you like, slide the knees a little down the arms, tuck your chin in, and come right onto the crown of your head, and you're in tripod pose. Make sure your wrists are right below your elbows. Lift up into your headstand. To come out of this one, shift the weight slightly forward, hips go past the shoulders in a pike position. Press back as you lift your head off the floor. Inhale. Up dog or cobra, exhale, down dog. Right foot steps on your inhale, warrior one. Exhale and lower. Inhale, back to warrior, back to up dog, and exhale, back to down dog. Left foot steps, back foot is flat. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, lower back down. Inhale, press through the hands and feet. Exhale, downward dog. And back to the down dog. Stretch all the way back and lengthen your spine. If you need a break at any time, just pause, take a child's pose. Look to the hands, step or float. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. And inhale, bend the knees, reach up, Utkatasana. So this is a couple ways that I have fun with sun salutations. Some people may not find it fun, but see what you think. Good. Take your feet hips width apart, or actually no, feet can stay together. Ground down through your right leg. Pick your left foot up anywhere above or below the knee for tree pose. Find one space to focus on to help with balance. And whenever you're ready, add your arms. Soften the shoulders, draw the front ribs in. Keep a nice steady gazing point. Squeeze your right hip in towards center. Now extend the leg forward. Reach it out, keep the belly lifted, shoulders over wrists. Lean forward as you swing the leg back and find crescent pose, high lunge. Pull the right hip back, the left hip forward. And bring hands to heart, take your left elbow across and twist. So inhale, widen through the collarbones and roll your top shoulder back. And exhale, maybe twisting in a little bit deeper, using a little arm strength, but also your internal muscles. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take your back foot flat, line up your front heel with your back arch, and come into warrior two. You may need to readjust your front foot. Make sure it's over, knee is over the ankle. And make sure your knee goes right over your second toe. And dropping the left arm reverse. Exhale, bend the right knee. Nice side stretch. Inhale to come up. Exhale to side angle. Right forearm to the right thigh. Shift your back hip a little bit forward. And now reach your right arm forward and see if you can open your chest toward the ceiling as you hold. Inhale back to warrior two. And exhale, cartwheel the arms down. You can always just go to down dog or you can move through Vinyasa. So Vinyasa is, in this case, when you take plank, Chaturanga, up dog to down dog. And take a breath in, exhale it out. Bend the knees, step or jump. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, root down to rise all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands back to your heart. So grounding down through the left leg, we'll pick up the right leg. Take it anywhere above or below your knee. Press the foot into the thigh, press the thigh back into the foot. Inhale, add your arms, reaching up. Keep squeezing the left hip in towards center as you drop the right hip down. Draw the ribs in and the belly. And in a moment, slowly point the knee forward, extend the leg out, keep dropping the hip, squeeze the left hip in. So you're going to try and keep your hips nice and level as you step back. Bend your left knee, take your back foot down on the ball of the foot. Reach up tall, lengthen the low back. Belly's in, ribs are drawn in and up. And then bring your hands back to your heart and bring your right elbow across for the twist. As best you can, keep pulling the left hip back and keep pressing your right leg back to keep it nice and active. Always be sure the knee is right over the ankle in these bent leg poses. Inhale, the arms reach. Exhale, take your back foot flat. Look down at your feet. Make sure you're lined up front heel and back arch. And make sure your knee is right in line with your second toe and over the ankle. Reach through the arms, lift the chest, soften your shoulder blades. Warrior two. Nice steady breath. Drop the left arm or right arm drops reverse. Exhale, rebend into the left knee. Inhale to come up, left forearm to left thigh. Reach the right arm in line with the ear. Press the forearm down, try and open your chest toward the ceiling, and then extend your right arm forward. I'm sorry, that must be your left arm forward. Sorry, inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, bring the hands down and take a vinyasa. Coming back to downward facing dog, stretch back and lengthen. Take a few breaths. And remember, you can always rest. Inhale to plank. Now roll to the pinky toe side of the right foot. Lift your left arm up for side plank. So we're going to add that tree pose in our side plank. So take the left foot up. Again, anywhere above or below the knee. Lift your hips. Reach up through the top arm. Soften the shoulder blades down away from your ears. Look down at the floor. You can keep the leg up in tree as you shift forward and lower through Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, still in that half tree pose. Exhale, downward facing dog, and then you can release the tree. Something a little bit different and fun. Inhale back to plank. Rolling to the pinky toe side of the left foot. Reach the right arm up. You can take your bottom knee down for more support as well. Add the top leg if you like into tree pose. Keep lifting the hip up, pressing down through the foot that's on the bottom, on the floor. And lengthen, tailbone toward the heels. And then from here, take a long breath. Shoulders are stacked on top of each other. Look at the floor. Try and keep the tree and just see what happens. Lower Chaturanga. Inhale, roll the shoulders back into upward dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog, keeping that little tree pose, and then release it. Stretch back in your down dog. Take a few long breaths. Inhale, float your right leg up. Exhale, step it forward and right into warrior two. So make sure your front heel's in line with the back arch. Inhale to straighten the front leg. Take your feet to parallel. Bring your hands on your hips. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, fold forward for Prasarita A. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crown of the head toward the floor. If your elbows can bend, line up your elbows right above your wrists. Lift your shoulders away from your ears. Squeeze your outer hips, your inner thighs toward each other like you're squeezing a giant beach ball between the legs. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, keep the right hand down, reach your left arm up for a twist. Inhale to lengthen. You can stay there or exhale, right hand toward left foot. Taking the twist just a little bit deeper. And back to center. Left hand to the middle of the mat. Reach your right arm up. And inhale to lengthen your spine. You can stay where you are or exhale, left hand toward right foot and twist. Nice steady breaths in the twist. It's a little harder to breathe whenever you twist. Bring your hands down, look up as you inhale. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come up. I'm going to turn the toes out and the heels in a little. Drop the hips down and keep pressing the knees back and rocking a little here side to side. Some hip opening. Keep opening through the knees. Now fold forward halfway. Take your arms to a T and still rocking side to side. Keep squeezing the outer hips and the inner thighs in toward each other as best you can. And then bring your hands back to your knees. Drop the tailbone down and reach the arms up. So it's a little harder to hold it. Try and keep pressing the knees back. Inhale, come up, turn the right leg out, warrior two, and exhale, step back. The leg up as you lower, just do something a little different. When you get into up dog, though, drop the leg down. You don't want to keep it up in up dog. It can bother your back. Right leg up, inhale. And exhale, step it right in between the hands, back foot flat. Inhale, warrior two. Make sure your knees over the ankle. Straighten the leg, taking the feet back to parallel, hands to the hips. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale to lengthen the spine again. And exhale, folding in crown of the head toward the floor and adding a little headstand. So leaning forward, make sure your elbows are parallel and right over your wrists. Lift up, pull your belly in, lift your shoulders up. And you can stay with that, or maybe a little variation, press your feet together, open the knees, a Baddha Konasana variation. And lift up again through the legs. Exhale, open the legs. And slowly make your way back down. See if you can just hover for a moment or two right above the floor. Use your belly muscles and then sit down. Inhale, look up. Reach for the big toes, lengthen as you exhale, fold in. Press Prasarita Padottanasana D. Shift your hips forward slightly again so your hips are over the heels. And lift your shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, back to center. Left leg, both toes out a little bit here. Again, we're coming back to goddess or horse stance. Drop the hips down. Lift the frontal hip bones up. Knees are opening toward the wall behind you. Now we're going to drop your right shoulder down. Bring your left hand around your back for a little twist. Widen the collarbones. Back to center, left shoulder drops down, right arm behind the waist. Widen across your collarbones. And then inhale back to center, reach both arms up. Again, drop the tailbone down, lift your hip bones up, press your knees back, and then opposite heels come up. So lift one heel, set it down, lift your other heel, set it down, lift both heels. See if you can pause a moment and set them down. Straighten your legs, turn your left leg out, right toes in, arms to a T. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your arms down. And step back, you can lift that leg as you lower through Chaturanga. Inhale, let it drop, come into up dog. And exhale, back down, forward facing dog. Stretching back, lengthening the spine, gaze between the knees. And take a breath. Walk your hands back to your feet. We'll take a little break here. So grab your big toes, inhale to lengthen. And exhale, fold forward, hips over the heels, soften the shoulder blades. Steady breath, reach the crown of the head toward the floor. Inhale to look up. Exhale, Padahastasana, step the feet right onto the hands. Shift the weight forward. Lift the shoulders up, away from the ears. And there goes my husband. I'm going to pick up the kids from school. Inhale, look up, lengthen the spine. And exhale, walk yourself back into downward facing dog. Stretch back and lengthen. Inhale, come to plank. Lower through Chaturanga. Slowly, inhale, press back to plank. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, back to plank. And drop the hips for up dog. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg back and up. Exhale, and bring it through. Stay on the ball of the back foot, rise up into high lunge, crescent pose. You're going to bend your right elbow, take your right hand towards your upper back. So you can keep the left hand on top of the elbow or take the left hand behind to clasp hands if you can. If you're close, take your right hand to the bottom of your left elbow, scooch it up a little bit, and then clasp. Pull your ribs in, drop your tailbone down. It's a little bit harder to do, and you've got your shoulder opener. Pull your right hip back. And widen the collarbones. Reach up, inhale. And exhale the hands down, back into plank. Lower, inhale up dog. And exhale down dog. Left leg back and up, inhale. Exhale, step it through. Left by the left thumb, reach up, inhale. And then bend your left elbow. Take it toward the upper back. You can keep the right arm on the elbow or take the right arm behind. If you're close, kind of scooch the right elbow up with your left hand and see if you can clasp. If you can't clasp, you can always hold on to your shirt. Roll your right shoulder back and spin your left tricep in towards your face so that the arm is externally rotated in the shoulder socket. Come back to steady breathing. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down, lower chaturanga, leg up if you like. Inhale, open the front of the body. Exhale, back into down dog. So again, anytime you need a break, take the knees down, you rest. Inhale, right leg up, and exhale, take the knee to the outside of the right tricep. Inhale, bring it up. If you didn't touch the right tricep, walk your down dog a little shorter. Try again, try and touch it. Inhale, right leg up. If you didn't touch, walk it a little bit shorter. Exhale, bring it to the outside of the arm. Lean forward, taking scissors, and swing back. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Stretch all the way back. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bring left knee toward the outside of the left tricep. Inhale the leg up. If it didn't touch, walk yourself a little bit closer to your feet. Exhale, bring the knee to the triceps, see if you can get it to touch. Inhale the leg up. If it didn't touch, walk a little closer. Exhale, bring the knee to the outside of the tricep. Bend your elbows just like Chaturanga. Inhale to come up, lift the back leg, keep the gaze forward. Ekapada Vinyasa. Swing the leg back, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra pose. Exhale, down dog. If you haven't done that pose before, you need to practice it a few times. Believe me, it took me a long time to get that one. Come back down into child's pose for a few breaths. And back up, stretch into down dog. Right leg up again, inhale. And exhale, bring it through by the right hand. Come back into crescent, into high lunge, and reach up. Spinning the triceps forward. Now bring your hands to the inside of the right foot. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, come down to your forearms. If that doesn't work, stay up on your hands. Keep lengthening the spine forward and squeeze your right knee in towards your right shoulder. You can keep the back leg off the floor, or you can always drop the knee down for a little more restful position. Now take the back knee down. Inhale to come up into low lunge. Sink your hips forward. Drop the tailbone down. Take your left elbow across for a twist. This time, taking the left hand to the pinky toe side of the right foot. If that doesn't work, you can always come back to the prayer twist, palms touching. Kind of a big twist there. Come back to center, unwind. Now we're going to move the foot over toward the left into pigeon pose. So my right shin is parallel or moving toward parallel to the front of the mat. The more parallel it is, the bigger stretch I'll get in the hip. However, be careful of your knee. Sometimes if you make the shin very parallel, the knee starts to hurt. So if at any time your knee hurts in this pose, come out of the pose. You can lie on your back, thread the needle on the back, a different hip opener. You just want to make sure that your knee doesn't get overstretched. There's no knee stretching in yoga, ever. Inhale, come back to center. So left forearm to the floor, reach the right arm up, or slide your left arm all the way through, and your right hand can come behind your back. So there's a little twist added to pigeon, to the hip opener. Keep reaching through the back leg. Come back to center. Come up to your hands. Tuck your toes. Plank pose. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, float the left leg up. And exhale, look forward. Step it to the inside of the foot. And bring your hands in all the way up for crescent. And drop the tailbone. Lift the belly. Reaching up nice and tall. And then hands to the inside of your foot. Pull your heart forward as you inhale. And exhale. You can stay on the hands or come down to the forearms. Try and squeeze your left knee in towards your shoulder. And you can take the bottom knee down, the back knee down for a little more restful pose. But keep your heart forward. So instead of letting your head drop and the shoulders crunch up around the ears, take your turtle head out of the shell and extend it forward. Take the back knee down, reach up, inhale. Make sure the left knee's over the ankle. Take the right elbow across. Get as close to the armpit as you can. See if it'll reach to the floor. If it won't, then just take your palms together and take a prayer twist. Either way, just take a nice twist, something that feels good for you. Never matters how deep you get into a pose. Just keep your breath steady and do no harm. And heel toe your foot over toward the right side of the mat, setting up for pigeon. So inhale here, reach the back leg back, exhale, and come down. So you can't really see in this position, but the left hip and the right hip should be level. So if you are rolling off to your left hip on this side, put a blanket or a block under there. And on the other side, same thing. You want the hips level. And you don't have to go all the way forward. You can come halfway down. You can stay up on your hands. You can stay on your forearms. But no knee pain. If you're thinking to yourself, ooh, what a good knee stretch, come out of it. Don't want to hurt your knee. You can take another hip opener instead. Line your back, thread the needle, double pigeon, anything you like. So inhale to come up. Slide your right forearm down. Reach your left arm up for a twist, or take your right arm underneath the left, coming to the right shoulder. Left arm straight up or behind your back. You can even reach around, grab your toe. Roll the left shoulder, roll your left shoulder back. Squeeze your shoulder blades toward each other. Widen your collarbones. Slowly unwind and step back into plank. Lower through chaturanga. Inhale, roll the shoulders back and down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, back foot flat. Inhale to warrior one. And now straighten the front leg. Take your right hand to the low back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take your left hand down inside or out to the foot for twisting triangle. Try and pull your right hip back as you twist. The hips are supposed to stay level, so the twist comes from above the waist, above the belly button. So as you press down through your left hand, reach through the right. Reach the crown of the head forward, the tailbone back to stretch. Take your hands to the mat. And now we're going to slide the right leg back. As you do, come onto your forearms and maybe hop up into Mayurasana. If not, just keep one leg up in the air for a three-legged dolphin. Either way, come back to dolphin, look up, press down into the palms of the hands, lift the elbows up. Make sure your arms are shoulders distance apart again. Left foot steps back, foot flat, warrior one, reach up all the way, keeping the hips as level as you can here. Now straighten the front leg, walk your back foot in a little bit, square up hips and shoulders to the wall you're facing. Inhale, right arm up, exhale, take it down inside or outside the foot, pull your left hip back, and then make your twist. So turn your chest, turn your rib cage, turn your belly to twist and reach up through the arms. The arm doesn't really make the twist. The internal muscles twist, and then the arm is kind of like the icing on the cake. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. And every time you exhale, maybe twist a little more. Unwind. So come onto the ball of the back foot, lifting your left leg up. As you do, come onto your forearms. Elbows right under their shoulders. You do a three-legged down dog or coming in toward Pinchamayurasana, forearm balance. If you're in forearm balance, pull your belly in, reach your tailbone up to your heels, lift your shoulders. That one's always so hard for me. And do the best that you can. And then we'll take a child's pose. We'll take a few breaths here. Come back to your steady Ujjayi breathing. Soften shoulders, soften jaw. Make your way back into down dog. Inhale, plank, and exhale, lower down. Inhale into up dog or cobra. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Stretch back. Look to the hands. We're coming through to seated. Step or jump and sit. So sitting up tall in Dandasana, we'll do a little hip stretch here. Bend your right knee. So you're going to cradle the right leg. So your elbow goes around the knee, or you can fork lift it. So elbows go underneath the calf. Either way, I like to cradle. It just feels nice. You can rock a little side to side. And then second, you can stay with that. Second part, take the leg out to the side, pull it up towards your ear like you're answering a telephone. Hello? Hello? So you can stay with that one. Or try to bring the knee as close up to the shoulder as you can. Bring your right hand to the floor. Take your left hand on the pinky toe side of the right foot. Extend the leg up, and you're kind of turning toward the left. So you're getting a nice stretch in the hip and the chest. Then keep that leg as high up as you can. Press down and lift up. Elephant trunk pose. Now, Ashtanga, left ankle on top of the right. Stretch your legs out to the right. Squeeze your legs on your arm, and then release it. So we're going to go through Ashtanga one more time. Take the knee as high up as you can. First, then cross your left ankle on top of the right. Squeeze the legs as you lengthen them out. Lean forward like Chaturanga arms. Pick up your buns and pause, lifting your chest, lifting the shoulder heads. Keep squeezing the legs on the arm. That really helps. Slowly set it down. And we'll do the other side. So, taking your left leg, cradle it. Rock it, or you can do the fork lift. Take your elbows underneath your calf. I like to cradle. Rock it back and forth, opening the hip. Now you can stay right here. You don't have to do any of the other hip openers. It's just all for fun anyway. Poses come and poses go. It's not really about the pose. How much can you keep your breath steady? That's important. Take the leg out to the side, pull the foot back next to the ear. I taught this pose once, and one of my students said, I think I need a cordless phone, because it's kind of like a telephone on the ear. Anyway, take the knee as high up as you can around the shoulder, and then start to take your right hand to the outside, the pinky toe side of the foot as you extend the leg out, and you're just turning as best you can. Keep the knee up as high as you can on the shoulder. Press up, balance, pull your belly in. Lots of belly work here. Cross your right ankle on top of the left. Extend the legs out to the side. Let your elbows bend, but shoulders no lower than the elbows. Keep lifting the shoulder heads. Pull the belly in, squeeze the arm. And set yourself back down. So we'll go through Ashtanga one more time. Take the knee up as high as you can on the shoulder. Doesn't have to go all the way up there for this pose to work. Cross the right ankle on top of the left. Squeeze. Start to squeeze, and you lengthen your arms. You got to squeeze them, or lengthen your legs. You got to squeeze the legs around the arm. Lean forward, Chaturanga arms. Lift the chest. Keep the shoulder heads lifted. Keep the belly lifted. Come on down. Rest. Soles of the feet together, knees apart. Inhale to sit up tall. Exhale, fold into Baddha Konasana. It's a little resting pose. Come back to your steady breath. Inhale, sit yourself back up. Take the knees up. Come onto your back. Feet hips width apart, setting up for bridge. Lift up into bridge. Make sure the outer edges of the feet are parallel. Keep your chin away from your chest. And breathe here into the chest. Lower down, soles of feet together, knees apart, taking Supta Baddha Konasana, resting. Feet back to the floor. Arms by your sides for bridge, or if you want to take full wheel, hands up by the ears. Make sure your elbows are parallel, they don't splay out. Pause at the crown of the head, line up your wrists under the elbows, and then start to straighten out the arms as much as you can. Good, stretching out. Opening the front of the body. And lower down, chin toward chest to come down and rest again. Supta Baddha Konasana. And one more time, you can take another bridge pose or another full wheel, or you can just rest and skip it. Get yourself set up. Whenever you're ready, press up. Reach your tailbone towards the backs of the knees. Press your chest in the opposite direction. So your chest is pressing toward the wall you're looking at. Your tailbone is lengthening toward the backs of your knees to give you space. When you're ready, chin toward chest and come on down. And this time, hug your knees into your chest. Rock a little side to side, or you can make little circles on the back. Roll yourself forward and backward. Maybe once or twice, all the way up and down the spine. Feels really good. Maybe 3 times if you like. And coming all the way up to seated. Extend your legs out. Pull your toes back. Inhale, reach up nice and tall. Exhale. Folding forward, Paschimottanasana. Inhale, heart forward, lengthen. Exhale to extend forward. Keep your steady gaze. And again, don't worry about how deep you get into the pose. Try to lengthen out your spine as much as you can. Take a few long breaths. Inhale, head up. And release it. Take your legs nice and wide for Upavishta Konasana. Then bring your right heel towards your navel. And then take it away, set it down. Then your left heel towards your navel. See if you get in touch. And take it away, set it down. So you're externally rotating the right leg and then taking your heel towards your navel. Then take it across and set it down. So now you're in half lotus. You can stay with half lotus or maybe full lotus, or just cross your shins in front of each other and sit in Sukhasana. Either hold your elbows behind your back, or if you happen to be able to reach around and grab your toes, grab your toes. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, and exhale, fold forward, sealing in the benefits of your practice. Take a few nice long breaths as you fold. Everything soften and relax. Scoot yourself back a little. So come up onto your knees. And this is again just for fun. Let your elbows bend. Get your elbows right towards your belly button. Lean forward, lift your legs up, and then extend them back, Chaturanga. Inhale into up dog or cobra. And exhale back into down dog. Now let's say you can't take Padmasana, you can't take full lotus. You can still do the same thing without it. So come forward again to seated. And cross at your shins. So Sukhasana, just regular seated forward fold. or seated forward pose, seated pose. And you can roll again onto your knees. Now the shins are just crossed. Lean forward, bend your elbows again in towards your belly button. Lean, lean, lean forward, lift your legs up, and extend them back. Chaturanga. Inhale up, dog or cobra pose. Exhale, downward dog. Stretch back. Look to the hands, step or jump again to seated. And lie down. Hug your knees into your chest. Bring your arms to a T. And take a twist. So take your knees off to the left, look right. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, cross your right knee on top of the left. Look over your right shoulder. Breathe. Soften. Release. Inhale, come back to center, uncross the knees. And take them over to the right side, look over the left shoulder. If you want to go deeper, again, cross your left knee on top of your right knee. Take a few long breaths here. And let everything relax. Hug your knees in one more time, lengthen the tailbone toward the floor, and then we'll make our way into Shavasana. So just resting here. Allow your feet to flop open. Bring your arms out to the sides, palms up, soften the shoulder blades, and soften your jaw. And just close your eyes and take a few long breaths. Rest. So just staying a little bit longer. Everything's still relaxing. And the quote I have for this class, since it was about having fun, is a quote. It doesn't have a, I don't know who said it, because it doesn't have anybody. It just says unknown. It says, if we don't enjoy the journey, chances are we won't enjoy the destination. So start having fun right now. Begin to make some movements in your body. Start to reawaken your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet, and your arms and your legs. Take some longer breaths. And if it would feel good to you, reach your arms overhead. Take a nice long stretch. And then bend your knees. Take your feet right onto the floor. Roll to your right side, pausing just a moment. Enjoy this nice little position. I love this after a yoga practice. I love that part. When you feel ready, fresh yourself up. So we'll come into a comfortable seated position. Bring the hands together. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands to your forehead, reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to the heart center, reminding us to have clear and loving intentions. And hands to the mouth to remind us to have clear and loving communications. I honor you for your practice. Thank you for your wonderful energy and sharing this time. Namaste. If you like the classes, please tell a friend. Please subscribe to my channel. New classes every Monday. We'll have new ones. This month is fun. Thank you. Bye-bye.